All right, it's time for a BBR Chicago update video. Sorry, it's been a while getting this out. My schedule has been pretty rough. I just want to go over a few things that have been going on in the background. Just give you an update. Maybe talk a little bit about etiquette today for the tournament. A little change to the medal rounds. Nothing big, don't be worried. And just go over the BBR optional rules, which we will be playing with. There are 3 optional rules that are in the back of the BBR rulebook, 6.8, version 6.8. Any of you that have played in St. Louis a few months ago, you guys already know these rules, but this is for anyone who's either unfamiliar or forgot or did not attend St. Louis. Okay, so first things first, we have 12 teams now. That's really awesome. Just at the time of the last video, we only had 10 teams, but now we've got 12. I'm going to keep registration open till the 7th, so that's 3 days from now. If we don't get any more teams, I'm cutting off registration, and we're just going to have 6 tables, 12 teams, and that's it. So really awesome. We have our roster. I've got it right in front of me, actually. I guess I could go over who's here. We have Team Blackhawk, which is Deathbot and Bosch. They won Iron last year at Chicago. We have the Prussian Grenadiers. That's John Sr. and John Jr. These guys are of tremendous help to the community. They're providing all of the game tables for us in Chicago. They did last year. They really make Chicago possible. So big thanks and shout out to them. We've got the Mad Hammers, which is myself and CJ Hammertime defending our gold this year. Hopefully we can get another one. We have the Legion of Doom, which are the St. Louis champions this year. That consists of Crowfather, Jonah, and Moose Cow. Moose Cow is also co-running this event with me. So he'll be the go-to rule guy at BBR Chicago if you have any complex rule questions. He is the rule guy. We have Clown World returning from last year. Midwest Command returning, but also with a 3rd player this time. Phoenix Rising, who did attend St. Louis this year. I can't remember if they attended St. Louis last year as well. I think they did. And I think they went to Atlanta too. So these guys are turning into veterans, and they're getting better. These guys they're on the come up. We have Team Bruiser with Commander Ironsides, Dubsy, and Detroit. That's another formidable team. We have the Krakens, which consists of Lieutenant Kraken and Kingpin. I think this is Kingpin's first tournament. I might be wrong there. We also have General's Fortress coming out of the Wisconsin area. That's Carl Vander Galen, if I'm saying that correctly, Obi-Wan, and possibly General 6 Stars. I think that some of the players on that team may be there for like 1 or 2 days, and then the other one's there for 1 or 2 days. I think there's going to be a little bit of a juggling act there with that team. We have Twin Linked, which is a brand new team coming from all the way from California, which consists of David Singer and David Breletic, if I'm saying that correctly. These guys are new to the tournament scene, so welcome to them, and we're glad to have you. And they rounded out our 12th team. And then we have the Leftovers, which is a 3-man team consisting of Raider Bill, who is one of last year's bronze winner, along with Moose Cow. We have Bandit, who recently attended St. Louis, who has a very active YouTube channel as well. And we have Fearing, who played for gold in St. Louis. So also for bronze in Chicago last year. So this is our roster. I'm glad to have all of you, and it's going to be a blast. We are about 2 weeks away, and it's coming up quick, and I have a lot of work to do. Okay, so just a few etiquette things. I'm going to keep this short because you guys are pros at this point. So first things first. Your clock doesn't stop unless there's some kind of weird thing, like the table gets knocked over or something really bad, or or the fire alarm is pulled. I mean, I can't really think of any other reason that's less crazy than those to stop your clock. So even if you're having lunch, you're eating, your clock is still going. So make sure of that. As far as battle calculators, I'm going to leave that up to your tables. If your opponents are getting bothered by your use of a battle calculator, then and they ask you to stop and you still don't, then you're going to have a problem with me. And if I have to warn you more than once, I'll just ask you to leave, and it'll be an automatic forfeit, and your team will lose and your team will be out of the tournament. Please don't do that. That ruins it for everybody. So I'm going to leave this up to your tables to decide how much, how frequent, or if you're going to use battle calculators. As far as any other devices like computers, tablets, or anything like that, please don't bring those. Anything that that anyone else cannot use theoretically, you shouldn't be bringing. So no computers, no special software, no tablets of any kind. What else? Game times each day, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, start at 8 a.m. If you want to start a little earlier, say 7:30, that's fine by me as long as you let me know that you are starting. I will be there earlier than everybody most likely each day. So I'll probably be there about 7 a.m. each day. So if you want to start as early as 7:30 and both your teammates and your opponents are there and ready to go, that's fine by me. So yeah. And going over the optional rules. So these are the Blitzkrieg for Germany, the Banzai Charge for Japan, and the Allied Coalition for the US and UK. If you're curious and want to read more up on these and the specifics, it's page 48 of the BBR 6.8 rulebook. We will be playing with these optional rules. They were used in St. Louis this year as well. So if you attended St. Louis, you're already familiar with these. Just a quick overview. The Blitzkrieg rule allows Germany to move through a hostile territory and the defending units. So say if you have a bunch of tanks and mechs and even advanced artillery, because those move too, as Germany, you can move through a territory with Russian, we'll say you're on the Russian front, Russian units. So long as you kill those units, you move through and you can make your attack. So that's the Blitzkrieg rule. The Banzai Charge allows Japanese infantry to attack at 2 for a single round. Not a round of combat, I mean for the Japanese turn. Sorry, that's a little confusing. And then the Allied Coalition allows the United States and United Kingdom to join forces in a single attack. So again, there's all the specifics here. If you have any questions on those rules, let me know and I'll clarify them in next week's video. They should be pretty straightforward. Also, we have the Chicago BBR WhatsApp chat, and everybody's pretty active in there. So if you have any rule questions, ask them in there too, and I'm sure people will get back to you in there too. So what else? Just a quick reminder about the Russian transport in the setup now. That's one change from last year's version of BBR. It's the only setup change that there is that there is now a Russian transport in the C zone adjacent to Leningrad. And that's not the one that's at the very top of the map. I forget the number of the C zone. I think it's C zone 115 within the North Sea there, or Baltic Sea. That's where Russia starts with a transport. They also start with a cruiser and a sub in that C zone too. So don't forget about that. We will have it on the setup charts, but don't want any sneaky Berlin bank jobs occurring in this game. I'm still working on the food situation. Probably going to use a lot of the same vendors as last year. So I think last year we had Chick-fil-A for one day, which everybody seemed to really like. I think we had Jersey Mike's we had sub sandwiches one of the days. I can't remember if it was Jersey Mike's or it wasn't Subway. Could have been somebody else. I don't remember. And then we had Domino's one day. So for sure, I want to do Chick-fil-A again. We'll see about the other two. And I'll probably have that confirmed next week. And then in terms of prizes, I know some of the prizes that are going to be coming through. I don't know all of them yet. There's going to be quite a bit of maps available here. So I know for sure there's going to be a Kings and Kaisers map. There might even be a Napoleon map for the game I'm working on. I'm not sure yet. So we'll see. It'll be a prototype map. It's not a finished game, but in case anybody wants it, let's give one away. We will have a set of BBR hit dice made by Blind Man, who made the dice, some of the dice. I don't know if all of them, I can't remember, but he made some of the dice for the St. Louis tournament this year, some of the hit dice. So we'll have a set of those available too. And I can't really divulge anything else in terms of prizes just yet. A lot of that's very fluid at this point. And there was one other thing I wanted to cover. Oh yeah. So last week and the week before, there was some contention about me not including an iron table for the tournament. And the reason I had not included the iron metal game for day 3 was because we only had 10 teams at that point, and I felt like that wasn't really, it wasn't going to make the iron worth as much if more and more teams could just easily enter the medal rounds. The medal rounds are supposed to be a little bit more exclusive for day 3. So what I'm going to do this year, since we have 12 teams now, I am going to do an iron. I'm going to do an iron table for day 3. But we're also going to do where the teams that are not playing for gold, silver, bronze, or iron, you can still play on day 3 for an additional point towards your PLA. So PLA is your player rank or score. And there is a scoring system that's based on. So let me go over that again. So the PLA system, for each tournament win that you get, a non-medal tournament win, you get a single point, okay? Depending on which medal round you make it to, if you do, you get a certain amount of points for winning a medal round game or losing a medal round game. So if you win the iron, you get 2 points. So say you went 2-0 on the first 2 days, you get 2 points there, and then you win iron, that would be a total of 4 points. It's a pretty good score after a tournament. If you win the gold, let's say you go 2-0 in the first 2 days and you win gold, a gold win is 8 points. So perfect score would be going 2-0 in the first 2 days and then winning gold, that's 10 points. 10 points is the highest you can get. If you did that same thing but won silver, it would be 8. If you did that same thing but won bronze, it would be 6. And then iron, like I mentioned, would be 4. You do get points even if you make it to the middle round and lose. They're just less, okay? So what we're going to do for day 3, so that everyone can play for something, is we're going to have where the teams that don't make it to gold, silver, bronze, or iron, those 4 main tables, there's going to be a copper and a tungsten table. So kind of funny. We could come up with all different crazy medals for those. But those winners of those tables will be winning 1 point. So they're not going to be as high as an iron, but you have something to fight for. And there is going to be a prize for each table. So gold, silver, bronze, iron, copper, and tungsten. There's going to be a prize for each winner at each of those tables on day 3. So I encourage everyone, even after 2 hard days of playing, stick it out and play on the 3rd day, because you will have something to fight for and you will get a prize if you fight it out. So I hope everyone will stick it out and play the full 3 days, and it'll be pretty exciting to have 6 tables going all 3 days in a row. So that'll be cool. Other than that, shoot your questions in the comments. I'll include my email in the description if you have any questions. And also there's the WhatsApp chat for BBR Chicago. So, all right, stay tuned, guys, for more details next week. And I promise I will get a video quicker than this week. All right, thanks.